guys, welcome to this week's episode of Star Wars Saturday Night. Last week we took a look at the original trilogy movie storybooks. So now we're going to get into the sequel trilogy movie storybooks. And then further down the line we'll take a look at the prequel trilogy movie storybooks. Alright, before we get into all of that, I would just like to ask you all to please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. Please comment. I'd love to hear from you. And please share this with anyone who you may think will like this as well. And also, please go over to Facebook and look up Collectors Entertainment Network. I've got a Facebook page there you can like. Okay, let's get into it. With the original trilogy, I did all three of them, which had a hardback cover and a soft cover, and I did all of them in one video. The video came in around 23 minutes long. Now, I would love to do videos in the 20 to 25 minute long time frame. I like those kind of videos. There's some meat on them. You can really, sit down and enjoy them. But a lot of YouTube is like keeping it between like 10 and 15 minutes, or even like 8 and 15 minutes is like the best. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to go book by book. We'll do one this week, one next week, and one the following week, and we'll get them done that way. All right, so here we go. The Force Awakens. Okay, here it has a dust jacket. I'm going to actually take the dust jacket off, one, to show you, and two, it's easier to handle and show you the insides with the dust jacket off. So that is that. Take this off and reveal the cover underneath. It's the chase on Jakku. And there you go. And then this, fully opened with the flaps out. And this is a really nice, matted finish to it. It's really nice. Same thing with The Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker is a bit different. But let's get into the book. Again, it is much easier to handle to show you with the dust jacket off. So, blank page. Star Wars The Force Awakens. Here is the opening crawl. The opening scene with Poe and Lor San Tekka. And then when the stormtroopers attack. Poe putting the map in BB-8. And the stormtroopers attacking. Kylo Ren meets Lor San Tekka when he, kills him. What a way to, start off. And there we meet Finn. I mean, we see him on the planet, but there that's when we finally see him without his helmet on. And of course with Captain Phasma. And then we are introduced to Rey, a lowly scavenger. And it's funny, these pictures are like pictures from the movie, but I don't know if they're artist renditions or if they just take the picture and sort of, accent it with paint. But I mean, it's basically it's a painting. It looks like a photo, but it's really a painting. But again, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how exactly they do it, but they are not photos. Not straight up photos. There she is with Tito. That's just Tito. She's found BB-8. These are even thicker storybooks. But these also have a lot of full page pictures. So there's not as much words. Look at this. This is mostly picture and very little words on it. So it takes a little longer to get through the story when you do it that way. Poe and Finn meet. Although he's not technically Finn yet. He's still... What is it? FN... I don't remember. Does it say in here? FN 2187. Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, they only mentioned him that way for the first, 20 minutes, maybe half hour of the first movie in the sequel trilogy. And then the rest he's Finn, so I forgot. There you go. Again, it's mostly the pictures with very little bit of actual, story, and yet huge pictures. So it takes up quite a lot of pages. I mean, there you go. You think that those are photos. I mean, the Rey one looks a little bit more like, okay, that's a painting. The Finn one looks like a photo. You have to get real close to see that it's more of a painting. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're actually just photos that they put some sort of filter over to make it look like it's a painting. And the big chase scene. And then that friendship that, really just takes off right from the beginning. Oh, there he is. With Grandpa's mask. Oh, there's Han's ship that we don't know is Han's yet. We just know someone's attacking. And there he is with Chewie. It's all real. All of it. The Jedi, the Force. Here's the, they're not that close to him in the movie. They're a little bit each further down the hall, but I guess for the sake of this, I changed it a little. Yeah, I'm telling you, some of these pictures, especially the people part of it, they look like photos. I can't imagine anyone drew them, from scratch, even off of a photograph. I think they're photos that got filtered to look like paintings or something like that, if that's a thing. That's the, it's all true, the Jedi, all that. Oh, there they go off to Maz Kanata's. Oh. And Anakin / Luke's saber calling to her. I won't get into it. I mean, I love that. I love this movie. I won't get into it right here. First Order. They attack Maz's place. Oh, and she meets up with Kylo in the forest. Finn's first wielding of a lightsaber. Han and Chewie in action again. Oh, Han and Leia see each other for the first time in a while. I mean, I don't know how long it's been. It hasn't been, that long. I mean, but it may have been, a few years. Because I believe the story is Ben turned to the dark side like 7 years prior to the events of this. So you have to figure that for the first couple of years, at least, they were still together and everything. That's the one thing I don't like about The Force Awakens is the Han and Leia are not together. And I understand the drama of it, but you got to remember that this is part 7 in which would be a 9-part episode, and every episode leads to the other. So when we have that and everyone lived happily ever after ending in Return of the Jedi, and Han and Leia are in love, then it's like, well, yeah, but in 30 years time or whatever, I don't know if I showed you this. In 30 years time or whatever, they're there'll be problems, and they didn't live happily ever after. But I know you have to have some sort of drama. But that's more of a review of the movie. Again, I love this movie. I'm just saying that's just, and that's fine. It is what it is. That's, in my head, what I would have liked to actually see. I don't mind the son falling to the dark side, but I would have rather seen Han and Leia still together and still working and trying to figure that out. But they don't, it's obviously they don't hate each other. So that's just my feelings. But I'm not, too bent out of shape about it. I do love this movie. And there they go. And there you go. There is Finn and Kylo Ren. And then, of course, the saber goes to Rey. And they have an epic duel. That's something different. If you're saying she's the Luke character, Luke didn't have any battle with the lightsaber in the first movie. It wasn't until the second movie. And some could argue that she should have lost this, but but she didn't really, nobody lost it. I mean, they got separated. It was not done. But Ren was obviously more experienced, but he also was bleeding out of his guts at the time, so he was probably getting a little weak. So I don't really have a problem with that. But, that was a difference. Luke never fought anybody in the first one. Obviously, he blows up the Death Star, and there you go. There's someone different. There's Leia and Rey. And, of course, we finally see R2. Oh, he's woken up. And there she goes to find Luke. And there he is, the last page. Now, I don't want to start too much, but I was still under the assumption that Rey should be Luke's daughter. That's just my take on it, but that's a whole other conversation. So right now, we're just going to focus on the storybook. Here it is. Here it is with the dust jacket, and we will get into The Last Jedi next week. All right, so please subscribe, please like, please share, please comment. Love to hear from you, and may the Force be with you, and have a good one.